Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. This year's upcoming holiday shopping season is filling nearly half of consumers with dread, according to a new LendingTree survey. Matt Schulz, chief credit analyst at Nasdaq-listed LendingTree, joins us to discuss. Matt, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me.
Matt, what are the reasons behind the dread that consumers are feeling?
Well, there's plenty of reasons. Some of it is simply that things are more expensive now with inflation wrecking a lot of people's budgets and making it hard. Some of it is also peer pressure and pressure from kids and just internal pressure, making people a little nervous about spending this holiday season. And then some of it is just all of that uncertainty that comes with how much of an economic mess the last couple of years have been, combined with that desire to kind of make up for how crummy the last couple of years have been with a nice holiday season. So you add it all up and it really makes for a stressful, difficult time.
On average, how much do Americans plan to shell out on gifts for holiday 2021?
A lot. The average person is expected to spend a little less than $800. And if you are somebody with kids 18 or under, that number goes up to $1,100. It's a lot of money, especially in a time where so many people's financial margin for error is razor thin. So it's important for folks spending that much money to be really planful and thoughtful when they buy.
Yep, that combined with supply chain shortages, I'm certainly glad that my kids are over the little kid stage for sure. What are some ways to avoid holiday debt?
Well, really the best way is to be thoughtful and to make sure that you plan and budget as much as you can before you go in. Impulse buying is what destroys budgets. And if you go in to that store or you visit that website knowing exactly what you want to get, rather than just browsing and giving in to temptation, it just changes the nature of that visit to that store or that website, and it helps you avoid overspending. But also, the right credit card used wisely can really make a difference too, whether that's about rewards like cash back just through regular purchases, or even through sign-up bonuses. Because the truth is that if the average person is spending $800 or $1,000 this holiday season, a lot of credit cards will give you $100, $150 cash back for spending that amount of money with a new credit card. And that sign-up bonus can really extend that budget and make it for a big deal.
You know, Matt, I've been seeing a lot with buy now and pay later, more so than I have in the past. Do you think that perpetuates the debt cycle or put shoppers at risk for overspending because that option is there? And how do you determine if it's borderline predatory or not?
Well, it certainly can make people overspend, and it's certainly more popular than ever. And it's been the talk of retail, and I've talked about it a ton over the past few months. And honestly, the more that I've looked into it, the less worried about it I have been, which is a little strange. But the truth is that if you handle it properly, it can be a good deal and can be interest-free and can also be easy to get. Yes, you definitely need to make sure that you know how often that you have to pay, whether it's every 2 weeks or every month. Yes, you need to make sure that you pay on time and you don't get hit with any late payments or anything like that. And yes, you need to make sure that you always make your payments on time so it doesn't damage your credit going forward. But the truth is, buy now, pay later, as long as you don't go too crazy with them, can really actually be a pretty good option.
That's a good point too, because when you do buy now, pay later, it actually shows you the dollar amount you have to pay each month versus a credit card. It's harder to do that math and figure out what that looks like with the interest rate. So it's a good point that you make there, Matt. Appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.